Hey, this is Mike. Just got in this 2015 Dodge Charger. Now this is the body style that's changed quite significantly. They changed everything except for the rear doors and the roof. I mean, it's similar to the previous models, but the front and back have very different look. Now these are the new aluminum wheel design that they have for the 15s. A couple of the 14s had them on the tail end there, but it's a polished aluminum with like a black graphite inserts there. Now when I say insert, I mean this wheel does not have any kind of plastic on it. It's just solid metal. It's not a plastic clad or anything like that. And you can see it still has that dished out accent there on the side. It's not quite as prominent as the previous years, I don't think, but the slope here in the back, it's a little bit more sloped, but I think it's a sharp looking car. I was a little skeptical when I first saw the pictures and stuff of the front end and the rear end of this car, but seeing it in person, it looks pretty sharp. Now it has a different fog light too. It's got like a 3 LED type fog light, and the headlights are of course totally different. They do have the projector headlight, and they do have a white accent, sort of like a halo light, but it goes around about halfway. I'll try to do a video at nighttime so you can see what I'm talking about. Has some designs there, dished out places there on the hood too. You see the side marker here, lights up, which I'll try to make a nighttime video because it's hard to see during the day. But anyway, this one has remote start, so I'm going to go ahead and start it up. This vehicle has 5 miles on it, by the way. So, or it had 5 miles, or it was one test drive done today, so it might be a little bit more. Now, back here, you can see it has dual exhaust. Now this is the RT, so it has the 5.7 liter Hemi, and so with the dual exhaust there, it also has the parking sensors here in the back. It has a backup camera, and let's go ahead and open up the trunk. I can open up the trunk using the key here, or I can push this button here. As long as I have the key with me, that button will work. So here's the trunk. It has plenty of room, and the back seats do fold down just in case you need more extra room. It does come with this net so you can secure your cargo. This lifts up. Oops. This lifts up here, and this is where you'll find your battery, fuse box, and also a spare tire, which is a compact spare tire, but it's better than no spare tire. And you'll notice the spoiler is flat, lays flat on the back of the car. And like I said, this is more of a sloped fastback design here in the back. So let me open the doors by putting my hand here. The key's in my pocket, so I just put my hand here on the driver's door, and it unlocks all the doors. So I can open up this door. And here's the inside of the rear door. You've got like stitching going on here, and it's like a leather look, stitching there. You've got a nice comfortable handle where you put your hand there. It's real comfortable. And you've got pockets down there, power window. It's not going to work now because I didn't push the button in the front yet, but there's the power window. Leather seats, perforated here in the middle and here. And these are heated seats, by the way, back here. You can see the heated seat controls there, low and high. Plus you have USB ports. These are just for charging. Then you got the rear vents. This is kind of like an armrest, I guess you can say, but it also has a little storage pocket and cup holders, and it folds up out of the way when you don't want it. real high quality, high end seats. It seems like they've upped the quality and the look and everything on the 15s. On the interior, you've got your little shark fin antenna there. This one does have a sunroof. Heated side mirrors, which that's pretty much all cars have that now. Here's the inside of the driver's door. You have your presets here for your power seat. It will recognize each key individually too. You got your pretty good sized pockets there, a little bit bigger than the back. Your door lock controls, power window controls, your front are auto, one touch auto windows. The rears you have to hold them down. Side mirrors, you can adjust them there. Has automatic headlights. And the power seat also has lumbar support, which you can adjust, you know, like in and out, and also up and down, so you can kind of get the right spot. Now here's your dimmers, and one is for the gauges, the other one is for your ambient light, which I'll make a nighttime video to show you off that. But before I go inside, let me push this button here and open up the fuel cap, because I want to show you it is a capless design. It has this rubber thing there, and to kind of like cup over it to protect it, but there's no cap there. If you need to use like a gas can, there is a little funnel in the back of the car to put in there, so you can use a gas can. Alright, so here's your steering wheel. It is a leather wrap steering wheel with stitching. It has little grip bumps there. And I think like Chargers and Challengers, my opinion anyway, I think all of them should just have a flat bottom steering wheel. Some of them do, but why not just go ahead and put them on all of them? That's what I say. Anyway, this one's got the cruise control on this side, and on this side you've got your Bluetooth, your voice recognition buttons here. Basically the Bluetooth, you can answer once you pair your Bluetooth phone, you can answer the calls and make and receive calls with these buttons there. The voice recognition, you can tune to certain stations, you can call people, you can put in a certain address for the navigation, and it'll kind of, you know, it does a really good job of recognizing your voice, unlike previous model voice recognition cars. Now on the back of the steering wheel we have a paddle shifter here and here, and this is so you can shift the gears manually. If you want to get a desired gear, you can put it in sport mode, and it'll kind of, you know, give you it'll hold the shift points longer and different things like that. But if you really want to get some control there, the paddle shifters are one thing. You also have a way of doing that with the shifter, which I'll show you in a minute. But just below the paddle shifter is a volume button, so I can turn the volume up on the radio. I can also change to the stations on this side of the steering wheel, so I can change through it. There's your windshield wipers, and since I use remote start, you can see right here it says remote start active push start button, and what it's referring to is this little button here. So I'm going to go and push that. That kind of turns everything on. Before it was just kind of the engine was running, but it's not drivable, and most of the features are kind of locked out. So now, right now, it's showing the speedometer, and in the center there we do have the RPMs on this side. It's a little bit of a glare. And then on this side we've got your speedometer, but in the middle you've got a digital speedometer, and you know, your gas gauge is here on the right and the temperatures on the left. It shows it's got an 80-mile range. Now that's a little skewed because the vehicle has very low mileage and it's a lot of idling sitting here, so that's kind of the reason for that. It'll get more than 80 miles in half a tank, but just to give you an idea. Now outside temperature 57 degrees. It feels warmer in here, but that's because the sun's shining directly on me. But this right where it says speedometer, I'm going to go ahead and use these buttons here, and I'm going to navigate through that just to kind of show you. Right now it's set to speedometer, so I'm going to push the down arrow, and now I'm going to go into vehicle info. Now this is showing the not the temperature, the pressure in each tire right now. So in this vehicle info screen, I can push to the right, and I can get all kinds of different pressures and temperatures on the vehicle. Even tells me when to change oil. And it scrolls back there. Alright, so I'm going to scroll down again. This is the fuel economy. Right now, like I said, the fuel economy is skewed because of the low miles and the stuff like that, but this is where it will kind of show you what you're averaging. I can push to the right, and let's see here. Okay, alright, this is your average, this is current. It'll give you a current, like in the moment, what you're getting right here on the top right. That's what that's about. Alright, trip info. Now this is pretty cool because it's not just a mileage trip, it also has a timer and also a miles per gallon average on your trip. This is just telling me what the radio is doing on number 5. Number 6 is messages. Anything like, say, time to change the oil, or even if like a turn signal is out, it'll kind of tell you in this messages. Screen setup. This is where you can change what you want in the information that you have automatically as default in the corners there. And then it scrolls back to speedometer. So I mean, it has a pretty good look to it. I like the way the numbers look. It looks like a sport, kind of a sporty look. Dashboard looks about the same as the previous year. It does have like a black, but it's not shiny. It does not reflect light in your face like some cars, but this is kind of like a real grippy and soft to the touch. A lot of soft to the touch stuff in this car. Pretty much everything's soft except for like, say, right here, that's kind of hard, and right there is hard, and this is the places where you kind of don't want it soft. So alright, so here's your this is the 8.4 Uconnect system, and this one has the navigation already installed. Some of them you can have them upgraded if you want, but this one already has it. So right now we're in the radio icon, and you see what channel we're on, and it has AM, FM, satellite radio. You can adjust the audio and all that good stuff. If I push the media icon, this shows me there's different inputs, which I'll show you in a second. You can basically plug in a USB, auxiliary, SD card, or even play music off of a Bluetooth device like your phone or something wirelessly, and this is where you control those devices. Controls, this is where you see your your heated and ventilated seats, as well as your heated steering wheel, and that's on here on the front. The rear seats are heated but not cooled. Climate, this is where basically you have some climate buttons down here, but these are some little bit extra here. You can control your fan speed, your temperature, and you can sync both of them to where you can make they both go up at the same time if you want to, and where you want the air to blow, that kind of stuff. Navigation, basically you can put in an address. It is a Garmin system, so let's see, this is what the map looks like. But you can also, like put in a specific address and different points of interest. You can save your home address and all that good stuff. Phone. Once you pair your phone, all this will kind of light up. Right now it's kind of blacked out. This is where you'll find your phone book, recent calls, and make calls with a dial pad there. You can also transfer the call back to your cell phone if you want to have a private conversation. Apps, a lot of cool stuff here. You do have to register this, and then that way because there's some of the services that are paid, sort of like Wi-Fi hotspot there. But now Travel Link, you do get that for 5 years if I'm not mistaken, and this is really cool. It has lots of different real-time information like your weather and stuff, but one of my favorites is fuel prices. And this is especially helpful if you're in an area that you're not familiar with. You can find the nearest gas station, which it's sorted by distance now. You can sort it by price if you want to save a few pennies. And let's say you do, and you find this this gas station here. You want to drive 2 miles to get to the gas station. You don't really know where it is, so you just hit go now, and it'll take you to the navigation. It'll take you right to it. You can also hit there once your phone's paired and call the place and just ask them if they have any particular thing you're looking for. But basically the screen, you have your icons here at the bottom, and you kind of just go through and choose the ones you want. It's really intuitive and easy to use once you get the hang of it. It only takes a few minutes to really understand the flow of it. It's not very hard. And so down here, this has a back button. So let's say I'm in climate, I can hit the back button. Like I said, you kind of have to go into something. Let's see here, recent. Alright, so I can hit the back button now, and it'll take me back to that screen. So once you're in a home screen, it's already there, but once you get into something, it'll take you back out of it. Sport mode, when you push the sport mode, a little checkered flag pops up here, and basically it just makes the car emphasize everything to the highest performance possible with the vehicle. When the sport mode is not on, it gives you the best performance. I mean, the best fuel economy, basically. The parking sensors in the back, you can turn them off here, just in case you need to back up and you're going to get close to something. You can also, this vehicle has traction control, and just turning on the vehicle, it automatically turns on. If you want to turn that off and do donuts and spin tires, you can turn it off if you want. These dials are your volume and your tune through the stations, just like a normal radio. In addition to the buttons on the steering wheel, you can use these. You also have the redundant buttons down here for your climate, which is very useful, because in case you don't want to go to the climate screen, you can always change the screen, the climate controls down here. So down here is a nice pocket there, and a power supply, and it's in a good location. It's out of the way, and here's a little spot here to just kind of set something, maybe a small cell phone or change or whatever just happens to be in your hand when you get in the car. And here's a shifter. Now this is an awesome shifter. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in reverse so you can see what the backup camera looks like. And in addition to the backup camera, you also have your parking sensors pop up here. And if you get close to something, it's gonna warn you with a visual indicator as well as an audio indicator. So pulling it down in the neutral there, and going back down to drive there. Now if I want to, I can slide it over, and now I can use it as a ratchet shifter. So basically right now it says M1 right here, so I'm in first gear. I can pull it down, second gear. Now it's not going to let you go any too far out of range, but you can basically do a lot with the shifter as far as manually shifting through the gears. And if you want to just go back to normal automatic, you just slide it back to the right. Now it's back in drive. Really cool feature, really comfortable and sporty looking shifter. I really like it because it's kind of like the actual ratchet shifters from back in the day. There's your cup holders. Now they are illuminated, which I'll show you that at nighttime. And there's a little door that closes up, I guess to keep, I'm not sure, keep stuff from falling in there, or if it's got crap in there, you can cover it up. Now here's your armrest. This lifts up, and there's a couple things about it. One is the storage space. It has this little tray here, but also you've got these. This is where your auxiliary inputs are. You do have a power supply down there, but you also have a SD card, USB, and auxiliary inputs, and that's where you would play music off of those devices. Glove compartment, really big glove compartment. It is felt lined there at the bottom, and you do have little shelves there, so you kind of keep everything separated. This is your rear view mirror. Now this car does have a cellular connection, so you can push 911 and it'll dial 911 even if you don't have a phone paired. You can push that and you can talk to like roadside assistance. It is an auto dim rear view mirror as well. And here is your place to put your sunglasses. You got a tap light. Now this is more of a spotlight. This is a floodlight. Garage doors. This is your HomeLink garage door openers. You'd have to pair them with your garage door. And it does have a sunroof, which does have like a manual shade that you can close up. And the controls for it are right here. So you can open it up. Open it up and all that good stuff. And you can close it up if you want. Now here's the visor. It has a little mirror and lights. It has a little side visor there, I guess, to kind of help with keeping the light out of your eyes. And basically it slides too. It kind of slides out, and so you can get that, you know, put it on the side and get that right spot. Same thing on that side. Really awesome interior, and the seats just scream quality, and they're very comfortable. Went on a test drive this morning. The customer was like, "Man, these are comfortable seats." All right, so let's look underneath the hood. It is. All right, there it is, 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. And it's got a big plastic cover over the engine. They don't want you to see an awesome engine. They want to cover it up. No, don't really care for that, but hey, some people like it. All right, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. And if you have any clarifications or anything to add, let me know. Leave it in the comments. And if you could, help me out and share this video with some friends or anybody that you think might be interested in any car videos. Everybody's going to buy a car eventually, so just let them know. I try to do my best on these videos to make them as useful as possible for you. So if there's any recommendations, I'll try to implement those the best I can. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time.